Cheese Kingdom! Y'all hear this? We've been fighting for all right all day. How about a little Viva Las Vegas? Viva Las Vegas! Viva! Viva Las Vegas!
Like I said, hey everybody, welcome to Punchlines. I'm Frank Nicotero, long-time comedian, lifelong sports fan. Sometimes I mess that up. Anyway, that was Travis Kelce singing Elvis. I mean, that was pretty cool. That looked like every drunk guy to karaoke, and he hadn't even had a drink yet. That was pretty impressive. Anyway, congratulations to the Chiefs, and I'll tell you, the energy last night for the Super Bowl at the South Point was off the charts. And I was lucky enough to be in the sports book and catch all the exciting moments because I love reaction videos. Oh, okay. And there are coming. The reaction videos are coming. But you know who's here? Instead of talking about what's coming up, but who's here now? Alex White is here, ladies and gentlemen. Alex White is sitting in the studio because it's Monday. She's sitting to my right, as she did last night during the Super Bowl, as we sat over there. Thanks to this gentleman, yes. Chris Andrews, who's hired us all right here and reserved a booth for us. Thank you very much for the studio.
Sure.
We had a nice rotation. Chris Andrews is here wearing a Kansas Jayhawk.
They play tonight.
Rock Chalk Jayhawk. They're playing tonight.
Texas Tech, I think they play, right?
Yep. I like them tonight.
Alex
getting points.
Well, they getting
Alex,
like 3.5, I think.
Yeah.
What I saw. Yeah.
Alex, what do you have coming up later today as a tease?
Well, a couple hockey plays today, and then college basketball we'll dive into.
Very good. All right. The man we want to talk to right now is Chris Andrews. Chris, wild game, wild finish. There was overtime. I'm reading that the overtime was good for some folks, bad for some folks. What was the overall take on the game for you last night? You were working like a dog running around, by the way.
Oh man, it was a lot of work, but it was fun.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm kind of running off.
I know there's a line out there for people.
Well, besides that, we had some accounting discrepancies that we had to fix up and send them to the state and all that. Anyway, handle was up slightly
from last year.
Yeah, win was like down slightly. So I was really, even though the handle was up a little bit, I was kind of disappointed. I thought it would be up a lot more
because it's Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought all that. But we did win. We won okay. I talked to Michael Gaughan last night. I gave him the numbers because I told him the one thing we had to avoid was teasers.
Miss White.
Yeah, Miss White. Thanks for giving it out to everybody in the world. Yeah, at least I know we have some followers of this show, or at least of her.
Yeah.
So the teasers, it really hurt us bad. Every teaser combination hit. And before the game, I told Mike, I says, we really don't need that much. We're in real good shape. We got two-way business on everything. We need to beat teasers.
Right.
So that was
now,
obviously didn't happen.
And the final score, 25-22. So it was 47, and you guys were 47.5.
We closed 47.
They did close.
So it fell right on. So I talked to him last night. I said, Michael, I told you, it fell on the number, and we lost every single teaser. But here's the figures for the game. I was, that's actually pretty good. I said, yeah, I know. I agree. I think it's pretty good. So.
Well, good. Now, I had a tease with the Chiefs and the over, of course. So I'm going to have to check. I didn't really look at anything last night.
You won.
Yeah.
All you had to do is step up to the counter and say, give me a teaser, and we owed you money.
They're all at home. My tickets, I love my ticket. The one ticket that I have on top, my big bet was the hockey game against the first quarter over.
You lost that one.
Jeez, 7-2. So they get 9 goals in this game. I'm like, all right, I'm going to need 2 touchdowns. Here's the thing. I was telling Alex right before the air. If that hockey game would have been 1-0, I would feel even worse. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like 7-2, I'm like, all right, I'm going to need 2 touchdowns. I got no points in the first quarter in the Super Bowl. So it's okay. They scored 9 goals. But the Caitlin...
You actually did really good on that prop.
Did you? I was wondering. Because, by the way, ladies, I walked up to the counter after the show on Friday. I went, oh, my God, this one's the lock. Went up to the counter, placed the bet. And they're all like this. They're like, Nicotero did it.
Oh, my God.
I have told them not to laugh when you make bets. Obviously, that's...
He did it. What a moron. But anyway, I lost that. It was a cool bet. But yeah, the cross bets, I mean, do you keep track of how you did on those, the cross sport bets?
We just went through the entire menu, which is why I was right. Vinny came in, wait, am I on the show
Are you
today?
supposed to be on it?
It's like I'm running up here. But anyway, that's why I spent the morning, like I said, we found an accounting error. We had to fix that and then just go through every single prop and, already getting ready for next year is really what it amounts to.
Well, speaking of next year, do we have the logo of next year's Super Bowl ready by chance? Because we can start the script writing controversy.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl will not be in Vegas, although it should be in Vegas every year.
No, it shouldn't.
No, you don't. You don't like it being here every year. No. Too much.
Alternating.
It's not
good.
that. I said it from the we have the Super Bowl here every year.
Right. That's true.
And I think, okay, I'm going to go off on a little soapbox.
Go
here.
for it.
I think a lot of the casinos in town and the airlines tried to gouge these customers with high prices. I sent out a tweet this morning. I had pictures of, I sent out 4 pictures of the various parties and stuff that we had. Couldn't find a seat anywhere.
Yeah.
But then I sent out a second tweet saying, one of the things we do, besides having free parties, we do not gouge people on our on food and drink prices. That's true. Guys are saying, that's what you kid. That's unbelievable in Las Vegas. And that's why, I always say, Mr. Gone, he'll come in and complain about it. Seems to have worked out fine for you.
Well, you're right.
But you see him. That's why we're crawling with people in this joint.
Right.
Bill Krakenberger, who's pretty tough to please. This is a legitimate joint. Those are his words. And he's come in and said, you walk through this place on a Tuesday afternoon, it's wall-to-wall people.
Yeah,
that's the way Michael's done it. And I'm fortunate I've worked for, my longest career, I worked, not actually for Michael, but I worked for Jackie Gaughan's best friend up in Reno, Warren Nelson. Same type of philosophy. Yeah. That's always been my philosophy. I know it works. And some of these guys, like I said, I hope they learned a lesson between the F1 and the Super Bowl here. Don't gouge the customers.
You're right.
Make it a good experience for everybody. And I'm sure there's a couple dealers like during the F1 that made a ton of money. 2.5 million people suffered, for that.
Yeah.
And I just think the Super Bowl, I hope we do it better next time. I think we will, because Vegas does do things right. Yeah. Period. We are the capital of the world and that kind of thing. But I think we made some mistakes. Not South Point, but the rest of the city made some mistakes this year, and I hope that gets corrected for the next time it comes, because really was a great experience in a lot of ways. But I think we could do some things better next time.
And probably like 5 to 6 years. That's the rumor I hear.
Something
like
that.
Like probably around then.
We're probably in the rotation with something in Southern California. They'll have something
Tampa,
at that stadium.
Miami, Arizona.
Maybe even Dallas.
Dallas, and next year is New Orleans, and we have the logo for next year's Super Bowl 59, the Jack Ham Super Bowl. Now let's look at the colors and see what they are, because that's obviously going to start. There it is. Those are the is it Fleur de
the
Lis?
Ravens and
it's red and yellow. Is that the Chiefs again? Wait.
Green.
Oh, Seattle's in it.
Seattle.
Oh, okay.
Seattle, KC.
Hang on, I better go lower the price.
What about the Jets?
Could be.
The Jets.
We all laugh.
They are coming out with new jerseys in April.
You can hear Jeff Parles laughing from
here. They
here.
are releasing new jerseys.
The Jets are?
Yeah.
What, are they getting away from green?
Not getting away. It could be neon green.
All right. Well, that's it. It's in New Orleans. I also saw another logo. Had like a little trumpet guy, I think, nod to Louis Armstrong.
Yeah.
Who's from New Orleans. I was just in New Orleans. By the way, what happened? New episodes come out March 13th. I just found out on Friday. The game show I host that's on Very Local app. I'll be plugging that up again. But March
you go to
13th.
New Orleans too for this? I've only been to New Orleans once. I love New Orleans.
Oh, no. I was just there in November shooting some more episodes that'll come out. New Orleans is fantastic, and the
fun.
Super Bowls are next
I wouldn't want to live there, because I probably wouldn't make it past 35 if I lived there.
Yeah. Listen, the French Quarter, all that, it is a blast.
Yeah.
I'll never forget my first time in New Orleans. I went up. It was in 2000. I went up and I ordered a beer from one of the windows. There's music, and just taking everything. And the guy set down 3 beers. And I turned. I said, "No, I just need one." He goes, 3 for 1, buddy. And I went, "Okay, I'm home." I'm like, 3 for 1. You couldn't even get one. But I was like, "No, you have to take 3." I was like, "All right, New Orleans is pretty good." New Orleans and Vegas, my 2 favorite cities. My God. All right, so we got basketball, football. See, 208 days till the next football game, Alex.
It's too long.
What are we going to do? It's basketball, hockey.
That one game's in Brazil.
That's the Eagles are going to play. We don't know if it's Packers, could be the Steelers.
I'm lobbying Michael Gone to send me, Jimmy, and Vinny. I think we got to go on a
you guys need to go cover that
trip.
game?
Yes, I
South
think
Point
so.
Studios.
I think we got to.
Oh my God, Jimmy! That's a
There's
reality show.
0 chance Jimmy would fly to Brazil.
No?
Zero.
Plus, it would be so hot in the white pullover and the jeans.
That has nothing to do with it. He ain't flying.
He doesn't like flying that far?
He doesn't like flying. He doesn't mind flying on Michael Gaughan's private plane.
Right, yeah,
so maybe Michael would send us in the plane. Might get Jimmy.
Put the request in now.
Yeah.
You got a year.
But even if it's first class business, Jimmy ain't going. If it's Michael's plane, he'll go.
Okay.
By the way, I saw
That
a
would
tweet.
be good footage.
I saw the tweet. I saw a tweet of the top 10 million biggest bets in Vegas yesterday.
Yeah.
And of course, there was that big one on the Niners here.
Yeah, we had that one.
Yeah,
and actually, it was bigger than that because he made it for 205.
Yeah.
Then he says, "Oh, I got more money coming in at the cage. Write this one now, and I'll be right back."
my
And then
God.
another 38,000. So it's really
Odd
more like
numbers.
250. But we had some big bets. We
Yeah.
did like even yesterday. The one guy, I know him well. You might know him too. He came in. He bet us 80,000. And right when it was like there was like boom, boom, boom. He bet us 80. I had two different guys betting me 30.
Yeah.
Another guy betting me 50. Like all within a period of about 5 minutes, something like that. So
And there were some real characters here last night. Do we have the fan reaction video? Okay, Chris, you might want to watch some of this. I know I sent it to the group chat last night, but this is fan reactions from the South Point. Ryan put some graphics in to explain which play it is. I think we can talk over it, right? So let's see what we got. Now, I anticipated it. I felt.
oh wow.
So here we go. Started recording. So that's the first touchdown of the game.
That play was awesome, by the way.
That made Parles
Yes.
hit his one prop more than two
Unbelievable.
people to get completion.
Over a pass, yeah, or over a completion. Now, those guys right there were awesome. There's the whole sports book. A lot of Chiefs fans, a lot of people drinking. And there's a McCaffrey guy. He was good. Now, here is okay.
MVS.
Now, see,
Jeff had that as well.
Yeah, and not as loud for the Chiefs fans. There's definitely a Niners crowd.
There was
here.
a Niners crowd here
Yeah.
yesterday. I was surprised.
Okay, so that's me running around like an idiot, people staring at me. And then
Chiefs just scored. This is what they do.
okay, there we go. She was very excited. High five. Now, is this the final touchdown?
No.
No, not yet.
This is the Jawan Jennings catch.
11 and a half minutes.
Whose catch?
Jawan Jennings catch.
Oh, Juwan. Yeah, what a game this guy almost.
I
Oh my
know.
gosh.
Now he would
If they
he would've
win,
won the MVP.
he gets the MVP.
Yeah, and it was 40. He was in the field, right? There was
Yeah.
no bet for Jawan Jennings that none of us had ever heard of, hardly. But Jeff Parles had him scoring a touchdown.
No,
Oh,
and
Scanlon.
yeah.
He's a Chiefs fan.
But Jennings was the first player since Nick Foles to have a passing and receiving
Oh, no
Yeah.
way.
touchdown in
Oh,
the
since
Super
the
Bowl.
Philly
Only the
special.
second player ever to do that.
Yeah.
in a
Wow.
Super Bowl. Yeah.
There we go. I mean, I'm telling you, you couldn't find a seat there. There's that guy. Never moved the whole game. And then here, this is the winner, right? Here we go, overtime. Thank you, Ryan, for adding these graphics. I mean, this guy's wide
Oh,
open.
yeah.
And by the way, didn't even know he won the Super Bowl. I don't even think half the fans knew what was going on. People are like, wait, the game's over? I'm like, yeah, that's it. Anyway, it was a blast.
It really was a lot of fun.
Oh, my
a lot
God.
of fun.
I do want to ask you, Chris. So, from your professional opinion, with all the professional money on the Niners, I know it's kind of hard to say because they put the balls in Mahomes' hands and he went down and does what he does. But do you think the Niners was the right side?
I said all week I thought this was just a dead pick'em game.
Yeah.
And look, it went into overtime.
Yeah.
Both teams scored in overtime. I mean, if that ain't a pick'em, I don't know what
Yeah.
is. But I got to tell you something funny. That was on the one tweet I put out. I was on with Patrick Everson,
Okay.
who's the wise guy side. I said, well, I'm really not sure who it is. And some guys are, what do you mean you're not sure it is? All the big bets are on the Niners. All blah blah blah. I said, yeah. But Billy Walters says he likes Kansas City. That trumps all those other
As long as
guys.
he said it.
Believe me when I tell you, I've been around a long time. If Billy says one thing, if he's telling us the truth, you got to figure he was.
Now, the one bet, now, Alex and I both, yesterday we came on at 3 o'clock, right before kickoff. We did little live hits here. We hope you guys are watching. And I predicted Chiefs win 24-20. That was my
Pretty
final
close.
score.
Yeah.
It was. I said, I bet 24-20. It was 25-22. I was very close. And you were close, too.
I had Niners 24-23, and they had that blocked extra kick.
okay.
Yeah.
And before that, Frank's looking at me, and he's like, this is really in play right now.
Yeah, I'm like, Alex, too bad. Wait,
Yeah.
she was looking good there for a minute. That made it more fun.
It did.
We were doing
It
the
was
math
fun.
in our heads. And
By the way, can I go off on another
Of course,
tirade here?
yes.
What have I, not so much on your show, but on Jeff's show with you too. What have I been saying all year about the Niners? I'm worried about their kicker in a
Yeah.
key situation. He missed that extra point. Wasn't like a fantastic player or anything. He missed that extra point. That changed the whole game.
Yeah.
Instead of being up 16-13, they'd have been up 17-13. Changes the whole game
Absolutely.
at that point because they come down and get the field goal and tie it at 16.
Yeah.
And I've been saying it all year. And I mean, I don't know. I've heard the talking heads all day. Hardly anybody's mentioning that.
Yeah.
That's a huge miss that really changed the game.
Well, you know what else I don't understand? They talk about, well, Shanahan's offense, they're not a third down offense. They're a first, second down offense. That's a huge component of the game, and we're bringing this up now after the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I know what they mean. They try and convert those first downs early and not put themselves in that situation, but you got to be able to convert third downs.
And you also have to know the overtime rules going into the overtime.
do.
Well, the coaches do. The players maybe don't
Right,
have
all
to,
these
yeah.
players are like, we were looking up at the scoreboard. The Armstead, I forget who it was like, we looked up, we were reading the rules, and we were like, oh, really? That's what it is? And then on the other side, they're saying the Chiefs were practicing this for 2 weeks and in preseason.
In
It
their
might have been.
defense, the rule was changed because of a Chiefs game.
Yeah,
They
that's
lived
true.
the
Right.
moment,
That's
so
true.
they're never going to
point.
That
forget.
is a good point.
Alex Wearing Chiefs.
Can I
fans.
say one other thing too? What they said about Shanahan? He's getting roasted
Yeah.
for receiving the kickoff.
Yeah.
Okay, and he said, "Well, I wanted to get the ball third." I completely understand what he's saying. You're probably not going to stop Patrick Mahomes in that case. Now he was relying on his team to score first. Maybe they don't stop Patrick Mahomes, but at least if they match it, then he would get the ball third. I mean, he's getting roasted for that. I completely understand his strategy there. It didn't work out. It's easy to second guess now, but I completely understand it.
Yeah.
I think he's being unfairly
On
roasted
that
for
aspect,
that.
I agree. But if you said the players didn't know what the heck the
Well,
rules
that's
were, then
that's on him too.
I saw that the two most heavy bet props were anytime touchdowns from McCaffrey, who got the first one. So all the long shots didn't hit. But then Kelsey didn't get, because of all of the Swiftie factor, people betting on Travis Kelsey. So
Yeah, that was good for
that was
him.
good. That was my question.
But the other one, you gotta there's a lot of the props that we just put out.
Yeah.
We don't wait for anybody else. We put out right away.
Right.
So that's me and Ashley back there who put together like that first group of props. And there's some we copy off others and see what others got. But we put out McCaffrey to score a touchdown, -$4. Yes, was -$4.
Jeez.
We got pounded on the no from every wise guy. And we're looking back, and I said, I don't think that was that. I mean, besides we won.
Right,
Okay,
yeah, right.
that makes it even better. But I said, I don't think that was such a bad price. Maybe it should have been closer to $3 or $3.50 or something like that. But we made it $4, and they bet the hell out of it. And I mean, and all the all-stars, you know what I mean? Every wise guy in town was on it. We just kept lower and lower and lower, but that wound up being really good for us.
And then the one you mentioned on the show last time you were on was the three unanswered scores.
Yeah.
And we were because you texted it to all of us. You're like, and that was the Chiefs got 3 unanswered, right?
Yeah.
And we were like, wait, no, did they? Or,
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, hold on, because, I did have a little flyer on that. And he's like, yeah, it was 10-0 at one point.
Yeah.
So they did
Well, I was on
score
Captain.
two.
Yeah,
field
they
goals.
scored at the end of the field at the end of the first half, and then boom. But I was on Captain Jack. Captain Jack is Captain Jack Andrews, real smart guy in the business. Does a lot of stuff.
It's the name Andrews. That helps.
It's a fake name on his part. Anyway, but I was on Captain Jack's podcast, and you have to give who you think is going to win. I said, well, I think it's a dead pick, so I says I would take the Chiefs plus $1.15 just because I think getting a little value there. And then you have to pick one prop, and the prop that I gave out was the 3 straight scores. So I was watching that one. That was one of them I was watching.
Well, I did
Not so much to beat you. I mean, God bless you. I'm glad you won your. I'm not happy you're that happy you won your teaser. I'm glad you got some money in your pocket.
Thank you.
I did. My other big bet was Mahomes over rushing yards, 22.5, that I gave out on the show because it opened at 22, and I think it closed at 24. It climbed quite a bit, and he had 66 yards.
Well, he
And
led
I
his
said he would
team
get
in
the fourth
rushing
quarter.
yards.
Yeah, I said he'll
So
get
he
in
did
the
very
fourth.
good.
I said if it's a close game, he's going to do whatever. He's going to sacrifice his body. He will get in the 20s easy and end up with 66 yards.
It's funny. We were going through all the props right there. The two biggest, first of all, the biggest single prop bet.
Yeah.
Purdy's over and under rushing yards. And it landed exactly on 12. We got middled. We got beat up pretty good on that. But that was like the number one handle. And like the number two handle, the number two handle was Mahomes rushing yards.
That's so
We
funny.
won that one a little bit, but we just kind of go through and we mark all these things down. Like I said, it's all in preparation for next year already. You know, so that was
unbelievable. And then the chucker, as I call it, the longest completion. Mahomes hardly had any passing yards. They had that deep 52-yard pass to Scanlon in the first half, and that was his over. Purdy didn't get his over, though. But the rushing yards on Purdy, Alex, a lot of people took that one.
That was crazy. Everybody
what did
was
you take
pushing.
on that?
I took under
what?
12.5.
So you won by this. Yeah.
I
we
won.
got middled on that.
Yes.
Now, this is it right here. Is that what you're putting up there? Go ahead, read, Brian, what that tweet says, please.
The last rush of the game, last rush of regulation, him kneeling it,
Right.
pushed him under because he was at 13.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he
you
was
kidding
over.
me?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you knew. He was over, and then he knelt to run out the clock of regulation, and that took the yard.
Oh,
took it
I'd
to
have
the
to
under.
look. Yeah, I'd have to look.
Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it went from over to under, people counting their money. Didn't work out. They're replaying the game, obviously, up at top here. It was exciting. My first Super Bowl in a casino. That was great.
It was a lot of fun.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
glad we hung around here, and Frank makes everything fun, so we enjoyed ourselves
We
here.
did.
I missed most of the first half just checking out all the parties.
Yeah,
but, it was a lot of fun.
How was the really exclusive nice party that I wasn't allowed near?
Someday.
Someday.
I got to tell you. So I go in, and there's, first of all, they have a dessert table. If you didn't have diabetes on the way in, you're going to get it on the way out. I mean, they sliced, prime rib. They had, I think, tri-tip. They had, turkey.
Right.
They had all kind of sushi. They had, and they had bar food, pizza and wings and hot dogs and all complimentary.
Oh,
If
very nice.
you can
Well,
get the invitation.
I had wings from the deli, and they were great.
Wings were good here.
And a hot
yeah.
dog from the cart.
Yeah.
Can't beat that.
Yeah.
There was a cart down in the EDR because there are two carts. We talk about the mystery, the main hot dog cart, but then there's one that floats around.
Oh, but okay. If you don't get invited to the good, I'm going to be serious.
Yeah.
If you don't get invited to the good party, which is a hard ticket to get, the best place is the showroom.
The showroom was amazing.
I mean, you get cocktail service.
The
I mean,
screens.
you got all the food specials, all that stuff. The screen. I took a picture of the screen. Kind of hard to take a picture of a picture.
Correct.
But I really think it's the best screen in town. I'm
telling you, I watched a couple Monday Night Football games in there, and it was the best atmosphere.
It's
too.
the lighting and all that. I
Yeah.
think really makes that screen jump out at you.
It was great. And then and upstairs, I mean, me, Jeff, and Ralph were up there, and the prices were ridiculous for
I'm getting so many comments on the price.
Oh my God!
Because everybody else is gouging you. Some of these places, it's $1,000 to walk in the door. You didn't even get anything to eat or drink yet.
Well, we had a great time here at the South Point. Chris, thank you very much for getting that booth for it. That was key, man. We were set up.
I'm glad you guys had that. Yeah,
it was unbelievable. I mean, we had people coming in, a rotation of people watching the game.
Got to meet Alex's mother.
I got to meet Alex's mother, who's wonderful.
I already knew her dad for like the last 100 years.
Exactly. It was a good time. Now, what were you doing at home, Ryan? You were just there with baby Aubrey, right?
Yeah, got baby Aubrey's luck. So
there you go.
That was good.
Now, well, let's talk about that. Look, Ryan, you had quite a day yesterday, did you not?
Yes, it was a great.
What
day
was
for
your
my
record
pocket.
in your bets?
My bets went 14-6.
14-6. Let's go. What was your big one? What was your big winner?
Well, I had like 6 different tickets on the Chiefs to either cover the spread and their money line. So that was a huge part of my.
There you go.
my
And
win.
Caden, how are you feeling today? Oh,
He's
Caden's a
very-
Niners fan. He's
very
not.
dejected, yeah.
Boy, Caden looks sad.
He
Jeez.
Caden
God.
is not happy
He was
today.
at a party with a lot of Chiefs fans, so.
Oh, no. So
Oh,
were you
man.
talking smack early in the. Oh, Caden.
Oh.
You got to learn.
kind
Oh,
of
these
walked
kids
into it.
today, you got to
Oh,
learn.
Yeah, I know.
Don't talk smack till that gun gets. Oh, well, there's no even gun anymore. Remember, you're probably too young. Do you remember when they used to shoot a gun at the end of games?
Yeah, I
Yes,
do. Yeah.
Right. I think it stopped in like the 90s, but it was so stupid. So the game
Yeah.
ran and you'd hear a gunshot to signify the game's over. Now, I saw a clip making the rounds this week. Phil McConkey in the Super Bowl. Phil
Yeah.
McConkey played for the Giants.
Yeah.
And when they won maybe their first Super Bowl, he's celebrating on the field and he picks up a gun on the field. And everyone's like, oh my God, it was in Miami. It was a game. And I think it was the starter pistol that the ref might have dropped. But for some reason, and I forget the significance of it, unless you looked it up or anything, but they used to, was it at halftime too or just at the end of the game? I don't
I
remember.
can't remember.
I know they did it at the end of the game and it was the silly.
Oh, no, I think they did it both.
I
Yeah.
think they did.
Yeah.
They would just fight. Do you remember a
No.
gun being fired?
For any of my Reno listeners up there, when we go to the Reno football games,
Yeah.
Nevada football games, when they score, they set off the cannon.
Okay.
It's so freaking loud. And I always forget. Oh, they scored. Yeah,
Yeah,
boom.
Yes.
Like, oh, what the hell was
Yeah.
that?
It's like being in Tampa Bay. They do that too,
Do
right?
that? Oh,
The Bucs,
my
they fire off
God.
the cannon from the
Oh.
ship. Yeah. Did you find anything on that?
He found it, held it up, and gave it back to security.
He gave it to security and he held it like this. He's like, there's a gun on the field, but I think it was just a starter.
Could have been a murder weapon.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know.
It is Miami.
All right, anyway, yeah. All right, Chris, we can let you get back to
Yeah,
work
go
if
ahead.
you need
I'm
me.
sure you guys got plenty
We're
to
going to
talk
talk
about.
Kansas. We have a bunch of...
I'm on later with Matt and Everett. Too.
Okay, good. You're on with Matt and Everett at 3 o'clock today on Sports by the Book, so come back for more with Matt and Chris. We
fun.
want to talk about show 87, by the way, which is Travis Kelce's number. How did that work out? Show 87, and you made a collage for 87?
Yep. I've got
All right,
it.
let's take a look at show 87. Thank you, everybody. We know a lot of you have watched the game. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. Joey B. I'm so old, I remember the cap gun getting fired after the second quarter and for the end of the game. Thank you, Joey B. I'm pretty sure at the end of half, most people had 3 scores. Okay, yeah, Chris actually said that was on the no. The 3 scores thing. What did Jerry say? Everyone liked it. Wait, why is he saying thank you?
Because Joey B just said welcome back.
Oh, welcome back. Yeah, Jerry. I haven't seen Jerry yet. Does he have a tan from Disney World?
Yeah.
All right, so
He's actually got gifts for you guys. So
oh, come on. He's the best. All right, so we have a collage, the 87. Would you like to read a few of these? Why not?
Okay.
Play along. So go take the first one. Who do we got up
Wait,
there?
you're predicting though.
Oh, well, Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, we know.
Are you
we
a
know
Gronk fan or not?
I am a Gronk fan, especially the more that I see of Travis Kelce. That's enough of that. I miss Gronk out there.
Now, by the way, Gronk.
Missed the kick.
I was going to say, he had the big kick, the kick
He
of destiny.
did.
And it was early on in the game. For some reason, I thought it was going to be later. It was like in the first quarter.
it was to open the game.
To open the game.
Yep.
Yeah, they did it before the game even started.
And I'm sitting over here at booth 23. That's what we just named our special booth, booth 23 for Michael Joe. We don't know why. We just named it that. But anyway, I get a text. The first text comes up. Ryan's like, cash that ticket, green check mark. You had him missing the kick?
No, I don't know what.
You had a Gronk bet that he missed the kick.
No, the tweet or the text that I sent was the longest catch. With the check
Oh,
mark.
you know what? I think it was my buddy Paul. My buddy Paul had the Gronk kick. Sorry, Reno Paul.
Yeah,
I got you confused.
because I don't think those were Nevada.
He's
bets,
got
so-
some shady stuff
Yeah.
that he does. So I don't
But
know.
it was, his
FanDuel's
kick
not
was
allowed.
far right.
Oh my God.
You know?
Yeah.
And he practiced for that? That was brutal. I know I could make that kick. Had we waited till we were going to go, we were at Fan Fest and they had the kicking thing. How long was that line?
It was wrapped around.
It was
twice.
wrapped
Yeah.
around. I'm like, we got enough footage, right? Ronnie's like, yep, let's go. And we got out. It would have been, it was, that was the longest line we saw. We got announced his first round draft pick. So
Wait, he was there?
who's that?
Gronk was there? And that
no,
was
no,
the
no,
line
we're saying-
for
oh,
him?
no, you can
to
kick field
practice
goals.
kicking.
Yeah, like,
okay.
you know.
And that was the longest one.
Right. Well, Ryan also and I found out that we didn't realize most of the stuff we did film was the kids section. We didn't know because we wanted to do this one. Well, I don't remember the one we wanted to do. And they go, no, you have to be 15 and under.
It was the
What was it?
that was the kick.
It was the kick. There
Yeah.
was,
There were
the
smaller
goalposts were like
goalposts,
6 feet
yeah.
off the ground. And they're like, this is the kids section. They're like, you guys kind of want to go on the other side where we're like, oh, and like, meanwhile, we'd already thrown passes and done the tackling.
You already
dummies.
dominated those.
Yeah. We were the only, we realized looking back, we're like, oh my God, how embarrassing. Anyway, all right, Reggie Wayne. Now that is, I don't think he's made the Hall of Fame yet.
Not yet.
He's on a list. Reggie Wayne, after Marvin Harrison, that was Peyton Manning's go-to guy for the Colts. Reggie Wayne, I had him in fantasy. I remember back in the day, he was pretty damn good. Mushin Muhammad, is that a Bears?
Moose. Yeah, he's more popular with the Panthers.
Yeah, he was a Panther. That's what I was going to
Yeah,
say.
But then he played with the Bears when they lost in the Super Bowl to Peyton Manning.
All right, you got Willie Davis up there. Willie Davis was a Raider, and probably one of the most famous NFL clips was him making that pick in the Super Bowl. And they had a single cam on him from the end zone and him running all the way at it. And when I was a kid, and John Facenda's voice. How weird is this? Ed McCaffrey, wore number 87, his son yesterday, did not win the Super Bowl. And the bloodlines for the McCaffreys is insane. 2 other brothers played football. I think their grandfather was an Olympic athlete or something.
Well, the younger brother's supposed to be drafted this year.
Yeah, he's playing. Yeah, that's
out of Rice.
Rice. That's it. Yeah. Unbelievable family. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, Sidney Crosby holding up the cup. Got to get it in there.
That's a hockey player you know.
Got to have a hockey player in there. And thank you for putting a Penguin in there. And he is in the top 5 of all-time greatest players. I mean, come on. He's still, by the way, still producing.
He is.
He's
Yes.
really amazing, the conditioning. And I told you this before. My friend, who was a longtime season ticket holder, the Penguins do this great thing where they deliver the tickets.
Yes.
They call you and they say, be home between 10 and noon. They don't tell you who you're going to get. Door opens from the limo. Sidney Crosby.
It's the coolest thing ever.
I don't know why every sports team doesn't do this. The Penguins have been doing it for years. They film it. And it's just magic to see these kids and Sidney Crosby signing stuff, playing playing like, deck hockey with kids in the neighborhood. And then Travis Kelce. There you go.
Yeah.
He won the Super Bowl. He's our 87th episode. Pretty weird how it all worked out.
Could have had Dwight Clark
It is very-
on there too.
Dwight Clark to catch, who we had on a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. But
Yeah, and 87 also the year I graduated from high school. All right, okay.
my
I mumbled
parents were
that.
12.
Your parents were 12. Thank you.
Turned
How is
12.
Mimi doing?
Doing great. Yeah. Very, very excited.
That's the name his mom took to be, as a
Okay.
grandparent. Mimi. There you go. All right, nice collage, buddy. Tomorrow is 88. We doing one tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll let you know. Stay tuned.
I better see Lynn Swan in the lower right-hand corner. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna intentionally leave him off now.
Today is February
February
12th, 2024. And we check the national days because they're so silly. National Football Hangover Day. There it is. I think, by the way, whoever made this graphic, I know you didn't, the football should be deflated. It should be like half deflated, like you're all messed up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Makes sense.
I don't know anybody. Do you know anybody who's Caden? Or you? Well, no, you're only 20. Never mind. Right, what? National Football Hangover Day was submitted by sports personality Katie Nolan. She came up with it, and she wanted to give back to fans who devote an entire day of recovery after the big game. So there it is. The Registrar National Day calendar proclaimed the day to be celebrated annually beginning 2019. Wait a second. I think I buried the lead. There's a registrar at the National Day calendar. We got to come up with one, guys. We need a National Punchlines Day or something. National Took the Overs Day or something. We're going to work on that, ladies and gentlemen. We would take ideas in the live comments. Live commenters, by the way, how'd you do on your bets yesterday? Always curious to know. And February 12th, it is Lincoln's birthday. Abraham Lincoln would have been 215 today. Well, he is technically 215. Yeah, I lost, and then after I counted up my tickets, I lost approximately, hold on, I lost about 35 Lincolns yesterday. 35 Lincolns, maybe a little less, maybe 30 Lincolns. I lost, because I went crazy on the props.
I think I made probably 35 Lincoln.
Oh, look at you. Well, you could give that to me and we'd be even.
Yeah. Petty cash.
National petty cash.
Petty
Put in the petty cash. Alex, do you know what your record was on your bets yesterday? How'd you do?
I did really well. I kind of like Ryan. I mean, I had the Chiefs a lot of different ways with the points. Like
Yeah.
I did alternate on William Hill or Caesars where they let you. So I did +2 with an alternate total,
Yeah.
+1.5 with an alternate total, and then the teasers. And I also middled the teaser. So like Chris is saying, where I brought it down to
Yeah.
41, and then I also brought it up to 53 and went under that. So that cashed well. But
Big
I mean, I was rooting for the Niners still. I was
I
just,
know. Yeah.
I wanted the Chiefs to cover. But then when you don't bet with your heart and instead bet with your
Oh,
head,
you mean
it's,
like
it's
me?
still, it's
Yeah,
still
like
nice.
a moron over here. I didn't want the Niners to, in the back
No,
of my head.
you didn't.
Had the Niners won, I would have been like, okay, Brock Purdy, good story. But I really don't want them to have 6 Lombardi.
It didn't. He didn't realize until the fourth quarter, and then he looked at all of us and he's like, "You guys, I really don't want the Niners." Like I've been saying, I didn't. Yeah,
And your
we don't want
sister's
them to catch
boyfriend
up.
kind of gave me one of these.
Yeah, yeah.
Trevor, I didn't want either team. I really didn't. But I'm just glad it wasn't the Ravens. So there you go. Good, Chiefs. Good on you. There you go. They have 4 rings now.
Tied for 5th most.
Right. Yeah. Well, what are the? Yeah. Well, the Steelers and Patriots still set the standard with 6. So, unbelievable. Tom Brady has 7 by himself, which is insane. So much fun. So, what do you want to do? And should we show the montage of going around? Or we'll do posts. Should I do posts with punchlines?
Sure.
All right, time. Do we have the graphic? Oh, have you seen this yet? Posts with punchlines? Look at this graphic. All right, here we go. It's time for posts.
Spaghetti-o.
Uh-oh, spaghetti-o.
Well, has it been edited? Because last time I saw
No,
with the-
Anne's completed it.
okay.
No, it's good. It looks great.
Well, I remember the first one she showed.
Yeah, it
You're
was
like,
like
wait,
partial.
who's? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And you said, who's that lady in there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you remember that. All right, so here it is. We don't have
Oh.
it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Post Punchlines.
Hiding.
Oh, there it is. Look at all the different little icons. And there it was. And then the boxing gloves. Just imagine boxing gloves coming in. It's live TV, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so a lot of things. I mean, look, it's a Super Bowl edition, right? So what do you want to start with, Ryan? You're running the show over there.
Well, you want to do the start of the game?
Yeah, sure.
The coin toss?
Yeah, let's do the coin toss. All right, so did you bet the coin? Oh, yeah. I had $5. We had $5 on heads. I usually bet tails. I went the opposite.
Yes.
Opposite day.
Someone
And-
did encourage you.
Yes, exactly. And here's the way.
Not me.
Here's
Courtney did.
Yeah.
Gotta give her credit.
Here's some footage of two guys
In the stadium, yeah.
that in the stadium had a lot of money on the heads and tails.
Yeah, I bet $6,000.
$6,000.
Yeah, perfect. Good. It's gonna be heads. It's gonna be heads. It's gonna be heads. Heads. Here it comes. Heads.
You know what they're going to do with that money? More fanny packs and more matching jumpsuits. I love those two. Those two are amazing. I don't know if I can follow them or not, but they were awesome.
Imagine having that much money on something that you have absolutely no control
On a
over.
coin toss.
Or
Genuinely
even like
50-50,
any
yeah.
research.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
And they won. They won. Congratulations. Now, the other guys that got a lot of hype on social media, we don't have anything. We'll just talk about betting the under. They had done all the scientific stuff about Reba McEntire being under. They slept outside the stadium and took a microphone and held it up and listened to the rehearsals. But she did the double brave at the end. It was hard to hear in the sports book. But she did a promo of the brave, whatever. I don't know what she did, but it went over. And they lost. Yeah.
Do you know what it was?
It was 90.5, and I think she ended at 93.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I timed it myself, and
Yeah,
I was at about 92.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell if she was done or not.
I
Yeah,
know,
so
right?
it was,
By the way,
but
that is
still,
such,
that would have been over.
such a weird bet. So it went over, but these guys scientifically, they put
Oh.
$10,000 on it. And all week, that's all they had talked about. They had retraced every one of her national anthems since she started, like, at race cars. Or NFR, yeah. Yeah, so she started national anthems in the 70s, and they researched for days and said the under, it's not even close. And look what happened. Yeah, so they blew it. All right, next up, okay, we saw the coin toss. What next do you have on the post, Ryan?
You want to do the suite?
You're running it. Yeah, sure. Oh,
famous-
now, yeah, you're going to have to explain this one. All right, so this is a suite.
Yeah, famous Vegas people all in a suite together. They had
Right.
a little pregame, like, pan past them, and then a postgame.
Right.
Looking at all.
Okay, who do we got there?
Celebrate. There's Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri. Wayne Newton! Some girl. Who was that guy with the
Jimmy
beard?
Kimmel.
Carrot Top made it in the game. He's very scary
That's
looking. Is that
T.O.
Chappelle?
No, it was T.O.
Oh, T.O.?
Yeah, and then there was
Now this guy's hysterical after
Gordon
the
Ramsay
game.
jumping on Fieri.
Takes
King
off his
Bach,
Niners.
Yeah.
Now, who is that guy? He's apparently someone.
Yeah, King Bach or Back. He was a famous Viner.
A Vine guy.
Yeah, now
That's
it's soccer.
hysterical. He had a Niners jersey on. Then they score the other day. He's like, oh, yeah, Chiefs. Chief Kingdom. Yeah, a lot of money, a lot of
Good.
fame. So Carrot Top did get in. I don't know if you saw him asking Travis Kelce.
Okay, so after I saw that video, I was kind of diving into it. So, yeah, he asked a question. He asked Travis Kelce if he could get
Yeah.
a ticket. What did he offer him?
He offered him
Tickets?
lifetime tickets to his show.
Okay. And then he was kind of posting on social media. He was kind of doing a campaign for a ticket and ended up
How did he
there.
get in? Carrot Top got in. We'll find it out. Well, we'll dig to the bottom. We'll have this tomorrow, unless anyone out there knows. But all right, what's next? A lot of videos from the.
Do the halftime Usher's dollar bills.
Let's do it. I would kill for one of these. This is almost as good as the parlay coin. 100. Look at this. Now, by the way, I believe that's highly illegal to print your name or put an image of someone on something that's so similar to U.S. currency.
Right. But it's got the Apple logo on it, so apparently that's
Oh,
fine.
Apple cleared it somehow. Apple's that powerful. They called the government. They're like, look, we're going to make some Usher 100s, and there's nothing you can do about it.
fine. Absolutely nothing.
Was there a QR code on there too?
I don't.
Or
think-
just their logo?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it was Apple Music. Yeah.
Maybe on the
Okay.
back or something, because he has a new album dropping.
Yeah.
Isn't that they call it
Yes.
dropping?
Yeah, I think it dropped I think it dropped last Friday.
Oh, okay.
So that way people
Coordinated
had
it.
at least some
Yep.
time to listen to it.
But anyway, I want one of those Usher. You know
Yeah.
what? That's like a collector's item right there, because
Oh.
again, they dropped them right after the show.
I'll see. Actually, somebody texted me today because they're like tearing down
Oh.
Allegiant, and they texted me a picture of all the Chiefs confetti, and they were like, "Do you want some
You
of
want
this?"
a
And I was
handful?
like, "Yeah, of
Bring a
course."
handful. We want a pile
So
right
I'll
here.
see if there's any
Get an Usher 100
Usher hundreds
and some Chiefs confetti. I want
Okay.
it right here.
It was actually
Homework
really
assignment.
convenient for the confetti color that both teams were the same colors.
That's
Yeah.
how they save money, right? Exactly. Yeah, that's
So.
true. It really is. Maybe that's why it was scripted. Ooh.
Because the NFL needed to
because
save
they didn't
money
charge
on
enough for
confetti.
seats. You know,
Yeah.
not that one seat could have covered all that.
I mean,
confetti.
the average ticket price did. I mean, I know they went down right before game, but then it was still around $10,000.
Well, I want to ask you: is this because they were still selling tickets throughout the entire game? My sister's friends
Oh, really?
were looking. Yeah, they were looking to see. They said that they saw a couple drop to 7,000, and they were gone like that.
No way.
So they think they were bought, but then they just were following. They were very curious.
Wow.
Is that normal, or
don't
is the
know.
Super Bowl usually sold out?
I would think in advance. Yeah, those. Well, I
Right.
guess technically those tickets were bought. So
Right.
that's on a resale system. So.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, by the way, if you bought your ticket at halftime, you're a genius because the first half sucked, and then you get to see the. I kept going. This is the most boring Super Bowl I've ever seen. I was like, it was boring. It started out very slow, very boring. A lot of punts. What was the over punts? Like
7.5.
I think the punts over hitting like the first half.
It
was.
did.
I mean, there must have been
That was a
14
good
punts.
one.
It was like, oh my god, another punt. But again, it turned out to be an exciting game. They made it thrilling for us. All right, what do you have next?
So some more people in the stands. The two parallels of people getting on the board, Jeff Goldblum and Leonardo DiCaprio.
So you think people would be excited, even if you're famous and you've been through it all, you get your picture up on the screen. I anticipate this will happen a lot to me at the ballpark this summer when they oh my God, I can't believe that. So there's Jeff Goldblum and there's Leonardo DiCaprio. Goldblum, he does the hard thing with his hands. DiCaprio, I'm not here. I ain't here. That ain't me. Well, come on, Leo. What the hell? You know, he probably didn't even pay for his ticket. They're probably like, we'll put you in a box.
Did you happen to see the joke that Nickelodeon did on their broadcast?
No. I wasn't watching Nickelodeon. No, I missed that.
No, but it's still circulated on social.
What was it? No.
It was either Patrick Star or I think one of the two. Patrick Starr's son, SpongeBob, their voices ended up saying that something about Leonardo DiCaprio in 25.
Okay.
Because he doesn't date anybody younger than
exactly,
25,
right, yeah.
So they just had a little subtle jab at him like that.
By the way, Jeff Goldblum, he's a nice guy, very talented guy. By the way, I wonder where he was born. Let's look it up. Oh, he's from Pittsburgh. There you go, Jerry. Welcome back. Jeff Goldblum, a proud Pittsburgher. I talked to him. Yep, he was from Pittsburgh. He went to CMU. There it is. Where is Jerry? You can't do that for Jerry.
He's downstairs. He's on property. He's here.
Right now he's downstairs like, why did I come back from Disney World? But Jeff Goldblum, I talked to him. Actually, it was a Sunday night on Hollywood Game Night, and a lot of celebrities on that show, and I was working on the show, and I went over to him and said, hey, Steelers won. Every AFC North team lost. We're in first place. It was late in the year, a couple years ago. He's like, oh.
Life finds a way.
Nature, Steelers find a way. That was, I don't know. I can't do that. I was not going to and laugh, though. That's okay. But very nice guy. We talked Pittsburgh for a second, and then he was like, security, get this guy away from me with the microphone. You know, everyone's really nice when you work on. The only person not nice, wasn't, okay, Andy Cohen. He was a dark jerk. But anyway, the guy who just called me the microphone guy and would summon me like this was Alec Baldwin. I was in New York, was working on a match game, and I'm doing my thing, you know, and all of a sudden Alec Baldwin would be like, where's the microphone guy? And he would just do that. He knew I was right there. Where's the microphone guy at? Couldn't learn my name. We learned 4 days ago. He'd come over and he'd grab the mic.
Oh.
He'd say something.
At least you lucked out with him going, where's the microphone guy, instead of everything else that happened.
This is true. So anyway, so the one executive producer was like, oh, well, you know, we want to introduce you to Alec Baldwin. We know you're a big fan. You want to meet him. And then the other executive producer is my friend Scott Neal. Like, okay, well. So one day after shooting, we're out having a drink in New York, and they're like, did you get a chance to talk to Alec? And they go, well, I thought you were going to introduce Frank John. And he go, no, okay, we'll do it tomorrow. Last day, we go to a wrap party. They're like, you met Alec. No, they both thought each other was, so I never officially met him. I just was the microphone guy. Anyway, that's my Alec Baldwin story.
Nice.
All right, what's next on the Post with Punch?
Did you happen to realize that the final play was the same exact final play?
Yeah, I saw
last
this.
Year's Super Bowl.
They named, for some reason, it's named the corn dog play or something.
Corn dog.
Corn dog. They called. Did they bark it out at the line? Did he bark out corn dog? Corn dog. I don't know. Do we have so there it is. That's the same play against the Eagles.
The bottom one is last year. Top one's last night.
Again, doesn't this make you feel like this makes Kyle Shanahan look really bad again? As in, he didn't know the overtime rules, Kane. And then it's like, all right, so the Super Bowl's on the line. I wonder what play they'll run. Oh,
Yeah.
Did they watch film of the Super Bowl last year?
Yeah, but it's hard because when they go in motion, that corner then takes the outside guy, which is then Travis Kelce, and he breaks outside, which if Ward or if the DB goes after the motion man that cuts out, then Travis Kelce's wide open.
Right.
And if he covers Travis Kelce, then that guy's wide open. So either way, kind of a perfect play.
You're like Dan Orlovsky over there breaking down film. Well, you were a safety. You know what you're talking about.
Not on the NFL level.
By the way, but I mean, come on. I thought for sure for Taylor Swift, if Travis Kelce scored the winning touchdown, that would have been amazing. And
then we
because
get
he
to
knew
see
he's
it.
like,
After that
he's like,
outburst-
Punchline's 87th.
After that
87th. Yeah,
outburst,
talk
he
about
did
this,
not
Alex.
deserve to score the last
Now
touchdown.
talk about what you're talking about here.
Well, I understand that you're heated and
Yeah.
you're in the moment and the
He wants the ball.
passion, but I thought it was a little bit over the top. And the way that people are talking about it, I just think if it was anybody else that they would be criticizing him, but instead it's just pushed aside. And I don't like his comments after because it hasn't been an I'm sorry or I took it over the top a little bit at all. It's literally like, well, I was just telling him that I loved him and that we believed in him and I wanted the ball.
Yeah.
And I'm
what
that
she's talking about,
passionate. It's like, you could say sorry. It's
yeah,
okay.
Exactly. Sorry's okay. It's okay to say I'm sorry. Justin Bieber was at the game.
He
Apparently
was
rooted for the
not
Chiefs.
in the halftime, though.
No, he was not. He should have been, though.
He should have.
Oh, aren't they like, it's like his protege.
Yes.
That's right. Where the hell was Bieber?
Well, Bieber finally just performed for the NHL All-Star.
Yeah.
And that was his first time in a really long time. So
That's
I thought
true.
that was his warm-up, maybe.
Yeah,
and
right.
he was going to be out there. But,
And he wasn't tripping on shrooms like
but
Bublé.
they did. They did good. He brought in a lot of contributors, and they saved the show.
Yeah, Ludacris was great. Alicia off keys. Oh, how about that first note she
She
had?
looked great though.
She looked great. And that red thing, whatever she had on, borrowed it from Britney's Oops, I Did It Again video. She looked great. Alicia Keys is great.
Yes.
But her first note was a little off key, but we'll forgive her because she's a mega talent. And I'm sitting here holding a script I wrote on a little Chromebook. Do we have that?
No, not the Alicia Keys, just Kelsey.
Oh, the bump. We have the bump. Now, here's what Alex is talking about. Now, I saw that Andy Reid said, good thing I still have my balance pretty good. And it looks, and by the way, you're right, because Andy Reid's like, hey, wait a second, like wants to engage, like, whoa, wait a second, what's your problem? And he pulled away from him. That bothers me even more.
Yeah.
Like your coach is like, whoa, son, settle down.
Yes. Very disrespectful.
Yeah. And she is right. If it wasn't Kelsey, if it was another tight end.
Yeah, great example being set for the league. Yeah.
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 But it's not like he's rewarded with a third Super Bowl and he dates a billionaire
Yeah.
pop singer.
But I mean, after the game, Andy Reid was like, nobody knows Travis better than I do. Like,
True.
we have a great relationship and whatever. But
To what Alex said, what did Travis Kelsey after the game say? I don't think he said anything.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't say sorry. That's
Yeah.
my main thing. And he could have just said, hey, I'm sorry how that came off. I'm sorry to Andy Reid. I respect him so much. And I was just really passionate. And I wasn't like yelling at him for the plays he called. I was just telling him we're all behind him. We have your back. You know, we trust you. We're still in this thing. But instead it was just like,
Well,
oh, yeah. I was just giving him a love tap.
right.
Well, I mean,
Wait,
it
that's
happened
what
'cause
he
wasn't-
said.
He wasn't even on the field for that fumble play.
Right.
That was after the play that I
Oh, wow,
fumbled
really?
inside
It
the
was.
10, yeah. And it was Noah Gray that was on the field for Travis Kelsey.
I
And so
had a Noah Gray anytime
he was
touchdown
so
bet.
heated because he wasn't on the field.
Right.
How do
He
you
was
take
pissed.
your
Okay.
best-
Yeah, that's true.
weapon?
Okay. Oh, that's why. Okay, I didn't know that. It's hard to really hear what's going on when you're watching a game in a casino, right, Ann? I mean, well, Ann was camped out in here. She was very smart.
Yes.
Very
Soundproof
smart.
studio. Yeah.
She posted up in here just sitting back. I was like, oh, good idea. And it's hard to know what's going on. And by the way, the commercials, I didn't really see any of them because that's like when you run to the bathroom and that's when, apparently that's when I start doing cheerleading routine.
Oh my gosh. Ryan, you missed it. I'm sad you weren't here.
Deb tried to take video and she didn't hit the right button on her phone. Thank God.
So we got not only one, not two, but we got the triple herky
did a
from
triple
Frank, and
herky.
it was fantastic. And the table next to us loved it because
Yeah.
he did a couple.
I did.
And then the one guy goes, "You can't do three."
He said, you can't do the triple. I go, you want me to do three? I'll do three. Pew, pew, pew. Nailed them all. And they were Cowboy fans. I had Cowboy fans bossing me around. I don't know. That's what happens when there's such good deals on drinks as they were here. Right. What is that gas station shot I'm seeing right there? Is that anything?
So when you go to the gas
get out of
station,
here.
Costco, it's Super Bowl
No
Sunday.
way. Is that here in Vegas? Oh, Andrew did that. Drew Dog. Oh, that's hysterical. They could have marked gas down, or they could have charged $5 a gallon. It'd be busy because people just went. The Costco line for gas is always a mile long, and there was nobody there. Oh my God, that's
I didn't
hysterical.
even think about that. Smart, Andrew.
Did you fill it up? Smart man. Damn. These
What else
kids
do you do
today.
at the gas
There's Drew Dog. Drew Dog. Give us a look.
Drew Dog.
Drew Dog. You're on camera. Yeah. All right. What do you have next? We have some more stuff here.
So do you want to do the fan reaction?
Yeah.
From
Oh,
home?
the Niners?
Yeah.
Oh God. Is there one or two of these?
Just the one.
Just the one for now. All right. Here's this is great. This is what I woke up to today.
Yeah, the Smash TV.
Smash TV. Smash TVs is the thing. Oh, this isn't even the one I saw, but this one's good.
This is the one you sent me.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I couldn't tell. Yeah, he goes up. Oh, I love it. And by the way, the class with the bottle of Jack Daniels. Which, look at the reactions of the people at the party. Someone take away the Jack Daniels.
You had to make sure you got 4 hits in because it was bang, 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 Niner gang.
Right now.
Nice. What did that girl say at the end? I didn't even hear her.
I'm posting this right now.
I'm uploading this right now. Well, it made the rounds. I mean, there's several of these. Again, I think there's the NFL scripted. I think there's something behind Target and Best Buy because these TVs get smashed and then they encourage it and then you got to go to Best Buy.
Seems like this is becoming an NFC thing, though, right? It's only NFC teams and
really
fans that.
Buffalo, they didn't break TVs. They're like, oh, well, we
break tables.
They break tables. I don't know if that was a Buffalo. Oh, wait, I don't know. We lost. They break tables and set themselves on fire. But they don't break it. TV's your friend. That's what you're watching us on. Some of you, some on phones, some on tablets, some on
Laptops.
Laptops? I got a laptop. All right, that was excellent.
Comment.
There's several of those.
Like, subscribe, comment on the video right now.
Like, subscribe, comment on our video?
Yeah.
Yes, please do. Like, subscribe. Although if they're watching, they probably already subscribed. But if you haven't, subscribe. That's not all true because my mom, I know you're probably watching. Mom, please. Ann said she has a tutorial video she's going to send you on how to subscribe. We want it because we're at like, what, 1170 or something?
Ann said she wants us to make a tutorial video.
Oh, we should make a tutorial?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do that after Wednesday's show. I think we've done enough this week and weekend. After Wednesday's show, Alex and I are going to do a tutorial. Mom, it's for you. Is your mom
you and I, we might need Jerry and Ryan.
Well, I assume they'd be there telling us what to say.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, no. Ann's going to have a video with the cursor for both of us. By the way, show your code off again.
Oh, yeah.
This Super Bowl 58, which, by the way, there's an LV in this Las Vegas. I didn't realize.
And then this is for Usher.
That's the Usher logo. Yeah. That's a cool jacket.
Did a dancer wear that?
What'd you say?
One of the halftime dancers wear that?
That's funny. Did you hear me say that yesterday? Oh, because I had a gold shirt on it, under it, and I said, when you got to do a show at 8:30, but be in Usher's halftime at 3:30.
It's like a windbreak. It's a very cool coat.
Yeah, thank you.
What else? We got a couple more videos before we get to some Alex picks.
Yeah, just one more.
Yeah.
The Kelsey Swift after party.
Oh, yeah. Who took this, I wonder? And by the way, they've already been reprimanded, I'm sure, by Taylor Swift's people because they will deduce who this was. So there they are dancing and singing.
Yeah, the two of them dancing. It's a love
What
party.
song's on?
Or Love Story.
It's her song, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And
that's a little weird of the DJ to do, like put on her song.
They smooch.
Now, where's Jason Kelsey in all this, I wonder? There he is. Jason Kelsey with what's on his head?
A wrestler's mask?
A wrestler, yeah, one of those like Mexican wrestling masks. What do they call it? There's a name for it.
Luchador mask?
The cucaracha or something.
Is it a luchador mask?
Luchador. There you go. No, the Marshmallow guy, that's the DJ who's probably...
Yeah, Marshmallow's actually a DJ.
Yeah, that guy was probably making $1 million to be at that party, by the way.
At least.
They make like $1 million to play records. I used to do that in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I didn't get paid for that. But anyway, Jason Kelsey, everyone's saying, oh, Jason Kelsey, he could join the Chiefs. He could join the Chiefs. But he's not going to do that. His wife, Jason Kelsey's wife was in the box. She didn't wear Chiefs gear. She said...
Is it Kylie Kelsey?
Kylie, yeah. She said it would be disrespectful to Eagles fans. Like, big ups to her. She had a Cincinnati shirt on, which is where they both went to school, which was red. So I think she was like, all right, I'll wear red, but it's going to be UC. She didn't, I only wear Eagle. I was like, I love her more now. Yeah. Like, that's a cool move. Whereas her husband is out there wearing Chiefs stuff.
And overalls.
He had his overalls.
Yeah.
He had overalls on. But they were saying he's probably, that's almost come from, what's that again?
Got Lucha Libre mask.
Lucha Libre, thank you. Who came up with that?
David Sanders.
David, you're fine.
So I did run into Jason Kelsey over the weekend.
That's right.
Yeah, on
Do we have
strip.
a photo?
I have a photo, but I didn't send it in. So we'll have to Wednesday.
Well, did he have a shirt
very
on?
nice. He did have a shirt on, but very plain. He was just in jeans, a black tee, and sandals, of course.
Right.
So,
where did you run into him?
So I was at Cosmo, and there's a speakeasy in there. It's called the Ski Lounge. Ski Lounge? Lodge. And because my sister's friends are in town, they wanted to go there. I've never been there. And there was a bunch of Chiefs fans right by the door, and they started going crazy. We all look up, and my sister's like, Alex, Jason Kelsey's here. So everybody stands up, and he left, and a couple people, including myself, we walked out and asked for pictures, and he was very nice, and then went on his way. But we were thinking about it. We're like, there's like 20, maybe 30 people in here.
Yeah.
If he would have just walked in, taken a picture with each group, then everybody would have just left him alone,
Yeah.
and no one would have even known he was in
true.
there. Now you're going out to the casino in the Cosmopolitan, so
This is like me. I can't walk around the South Point. You
you
know that. I mean,
yeah,
these
you guys should
posters are everywhere.
connect, talk about it.
And I hear
the
that there's going to
struggles.
be slot topper pictures of us. Oh, God. Oh, I'm going to treasure this moment where I don't get swamped when I walk out the door. But that's nice that he took a picture. And again, the guy's living. This is like the most famous he'll ever be in his life. They have the #1 podcast. They're brothers. I have a feeling they're going to host SNL together. Travis was amazing when he did it by himself. I feel like they will have him on as a duo. Just a weird prediction. But yeah, they're great guys. I mean, and again, he's probably retired because why would he wear the Chiefs gear? Right? Disrespect to Philly fans. Let's see. Almost at, let's see. The Steelers did not find Jerry, the Steelers did not find a way. Very good, Jerry.
Steelers are 80-1 for next year. What are you
80 to
thinking?
1?
Yep.
Take my money now. I don't know who our quarterback's going to be. Do we have any of the footage? We should get to Alex's picks, and we'll end with the footage. So, Alex, you had some hockey and college basketball. Let's get to some A&W picks.
I do. So short and sweet. That first one, Kansas. They're playing on the road at Texas Tech, but they're the far better team. I have them third in the Big 12. I have Texas Tech about 8th.
Okay.
So I think there's value there getting the 3.5 with Kansas. I made them a 1-point favorite, even on the road.
They've lost 3 in a row on the road now, so it's hard to think the 2 years ago champs would lose 4 in a row on the road.
Good stat.
Very
good
good.
stats, both of you.
Yes. Okay. Hockey. We're going. So this is kind of a long shot. I mean, it's really not. But we're going with an underdog. We're taking a little plus money. So I did a half a unit here on the Seattle Kraken.
Okay.
They are. Let me get to it.
Kansas and the Kraken. I like it.
Yes, they are playing New Jersey, and there's no Vanacek for the Devils, who usually is their starting goalie. And I just think there's value here. The Devils beat them in Seattle 2-1. A little bit of a revenge. Seattle goes there. Nico Dawes has been playing really good for them. And then I like the Knights tonight at home.
I actually do too. And this isn't me just saying because they're home and I like the Knights. I actually read a lot about this game in bed this morning. I like the Knights too.
Aiden Hill is really good.
He's on fire right now. Yeah, he's playing
4-0
very well.
since he's been back.
Do you like the Knights tonight?
Sure.
He likes the Wild.
Why are you laughing? Me crunching hockey numbers?
No.
Oh.
Never mind. We're
okay.
Marc-Andre Fleury. Yeah.
Move on. All right, so you like Kansas and you like the Kraken and you like the Knights.
Yep, that's it.
Yep, I know you're laughing. All right, so what else? Listen, folks, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you watching for football season, but guess what? This is when I start learning college basketball players' names. This is when I start going, I need to know Zach Edney. Zach Edney?
Edie.
Well, I call him Edney because I know his family. Anyway, the Pitt Panthers, who I have my only future left, $10 to win $2,000 if they win the national championship.
They're going to sneak in there.
Alex is an expert. Matt Neverett, as you know, loves college basketball. He'll be on today at 3 o'clock. You guys will be talking hoops. I'm sure you'll have a guest talking hoops. But, we have the UFL coming up in about 6 weeks. We have some more football. So everyone's like, 208 days till football. Like 5 weeks or 6 weeks, we got the UFL. And I like the Stampeder. I can't remember that. Battlehawks. I like the Battlehawks. So we're going to dive into the UFL. We're going to get to know the UFL. We're going to be offering bets on picks on the UFL. So that's coming up at the end of March. I think March 30th is the opener. And hockey, baseball, pitchers and catchers, Dodgers, Ohtani's in camp. Right? They're starting to trickle in, usually around Valentine's Day. And pitchers and catchers, we're hopefully going to have Denny Nagel in here. We can start talking some baseball.
Majority of the league, reports on Wednesday.
Yeah. I mean, by the way, me as a baseball nut, that's going to be exciting. And the ballpark, the Las Vegas Aviators.
Yep.
I'm going to be working out at the ballpark with everybody else who kind of works there.
And don't forget, we have the College Classic first week of March at the ballpark. Pittsburgh is going to be there.
I know Pitt's in it.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't been to the ballpark. I haven't been to a minor league stadium before, which is hard to believe. As big of a baseball fan I am, so I'm going to go to the ballpark. I can't wait. Plus, I need to know where it is, how to get in and out, where to park. Where's the petty cash at the ballpark? Do you just someone walks around with a big envelope for petty cash? All right. Are we going to end with a video of me around town? Is that what we want to do? We don't end with it. All right, just set it up. So before the game, I know a lot of you were probably planning parties. I got on my Vespa. It was 48 degrees, and it was very chilly from the South Point to get down to the meat of the strip. It was very cold, but on the way back, it was much warmer. But I went and filed a little report. I hit some scenes, so let's take a look. Hey, what's up, guys? Frank Nicotero for South Point Studio. was very traveling by Vespa right now, bouncing around town. So yeah, I'm bundled up right now. There you go. You can see CBS and the NFL Network setting up. But you know what? South Point Studio is on the roam right now. This is what's getting me around town, baby. Let's go. There's Bo Car. Look at that, Super Bowl 58. I am here. Look at the rosy cheeks and the hair. Looking pretty good. San Francisco 49ers right there. Next helmet should probably be the Kansas City Chiefs. Should have been the Pittsburgh Steelers. You can see I am right under the high roller, baby. That's me. Batting overs, Frankie overs. There it is. Look at this shot right here, baby. Oh, and this bus just ran over every... Yeah, he didn't clip any, but the other guy clipped them all. Super Bowl 58, Las Vegas. Look at this beautiful city. You got snow-capped mountains. You got the Super Bowl right there. You got me on a Vespa jumping on the 15, heading to South Point, where all the parties will be. Let's go. You're like, Frank, what are you doing on Russell Road in that lane? That's right. I took the Vespa on the freeway. I got on the 15 South. Not supposed to. It's a 150. Not supposed to be on it. I had to get back to South Point. And I'd ordered a new face mat. I didn't get a shot of it. But the only one that would get here the fastest is mirrored. So I have a mirrored helmet. I get badass. Yeah, I'm like
badass on a Vespa.
I was going pretty good on the South Point. I want my mind to know how fast I was going. But anyway, I had to get back to the South Point to file stuff and file reports. I think we're going to have a lot of the videos of the party scene that we went to. We'll have them up on our site eventually, some of that stuff, sure. Listen, everybody, we worked really hard Super Bowl week. I got to give Ann, our director, a big shout out.
Yes.
She was the one who said, Frank, Alex, Jeff, get out there. We want to get you to events, shoot stuff around town, show everybody what's great in Vegas. But of course, the South Point. We had a blast here yesterday.
Yes, seriously.
The atmosphere was amazing.
Yep.
I mean, I will watch every Super Bowl unless the Steelers are there and I have to go. I will stay here and watch every Super Bowl. Or if we're sent to New Orleans next year to cover it, maybe we should do that.
Also, you and Chris,
yeah,
you guys were talking about the Super Bowl is coming back here.
Yeah.
So all the Super Bowl locations are guaranteed up until 2027, meaning that Vegas can host in 2020. 2028 would be the first year that Vegas could host again.
Oh.
2028 is the first year that Vegas is hosting the Final Four.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh.
So Vegas could be hosting the Super Bowl, the Final Four, and an F1 race all in the same year.
Would they allow them to do the Final Four and the Super Bowl?
Why not? This city has
why not? Right,
the
why
city has
not?
the infrastructure for it.
Yeah, and you know what's also
100%.
going to happen that year is the World Series here with your new Las Vegas A's. And I just brought Ryan back down. Any final thoughts, Alex?
I do want to just bring up the quarterback play from yesterday.
Yeah, go for
Very impressive from both sides. Patrick Mahomes is definitely in the conversation for the GOAT. He's
100%.
Yes, he's done things that other quarterbacks have not even done yet in his first 6 seasons.
Yeah.
And they're comparing him to athletes of other sports, which I think is awesome with the 3 Super Bowls and the 2 MVPs. On the flip side, no more talk about Brock Purdy because he handled himself. He did fantastic in the big stage. He completed the first pass he even took, so he didn't even have any jitters, and he did his job. So I just shout out to Brock Purdy and no more game manager.
For Purdy is going to be, can he win the big game?
Right.
Is anybody going to be able to beat Patrick Mahomes?
That's the thing. It's not so much that can Purdy win the big game. It's who can beat Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
He's
Patrick
money.
Mahomes now has 3 Super Bowl rings, and he only has 4 losses in his entire career of more than 1 score.
Really? In regular season and postseason?
In 115 total games, he has 4 losses of more than 1 score.
By the way, the video we
3
didn't
Super
show,
Bowl rings.
the greatest video we didn't show this week was when his annoying brother Jackson Mahomes was trying to get into a party where Brittany was. And he's like, I'm Jackson Mahomes, I'm Pat Mahomes' brother. And then they pan over to Brittany and she's like, I don't care.
How did she not help him out?
Because he's annoying. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we went a little overtime. We appreciate you guys watching. We really, really, really do. 87 shows. We're on our way to 100. 100 shows coming up.
We're on our way to Frank looking like a Dalmatian.
Oh, my God. That's right. It's leap year. So I think the 100 show is going to be leap year day, right? Isn't it the 29th approximately? You do the math.
I think it's the day Jeff has to run the mile at 8:30.
We'll get Jeff on the show to talk about this 8.5-minute mile he has to do. Outstanding, South Point. Thank you for having us yesterday. It was a blast. Drew Dog, Andrew, you were there. You were filming stuff of Ryan and I making idiots of stuff. Caden put together packages that on our social media page and spearheaded the whole thing. Thanks to Chris Anders. Thanks to Ryan. We're back. Ryan's back. Thanks
Jerry's
to
back.
Well, he's back. Jerry's back. Alex will be here again Wednesday. You heard her picks. Yep. She likes Kansas, Seattle, Kraken, and the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Take those. We'll see you tomorrow. Punchlines, lines, live in Nevada, every show.